Hello! I was wondering if I might trouble you for a cup of strong black coffee, and in the process engage you with an anecdote of no small amusement.
Is this the first episode of the year, or are we just bad at podcasting?
Yes.
The answer is yes and yes.
Yes.
Hello, and welcome to another episode here at Nerdherder, a disaster of a show that people enjoy watching happen, apparently, much like car crashes and train wrecks. You just can't look away. And so welcome to this. That which you cannot look away from. I'm J-Dub.
I am Boop. Supposedly. That's what they keep telling
I
me.
thought you had some prolific introduction there, the way you interjected.
No, I didn't. You think I think
just
about
Boop.
A single thing that I say?
Yes,
ever?
Actually, I've seen it happen.
You've seen me have a
I've
thought.
seen it, yes, once or twice. So, yes. So this is the first episode of the new year, as I mentioned, and part of the fun of that was this was supposed to be the last episode of last year.
Listen, man,
we decided to get sick
happens.
for Christmas. We're a size flim, and somebody just knew exactly what to get us from the Gucci store, and so this got pushed back. But nonetheless, it still works as a fun little kickoff show because. So if you've been with Nerdherder long enough, and first of all, I want to acknowledge our lovely guests waiting in the wings.
We see you.
So long time ago on a podcast far away, when I was thinking of how to do Christmas our first year podcasting, we decided to have some fun with that. And this is not like, don't go to every old episode. We've said that before. Don't. We hit our stride in year 4, guy. And we're not exaggerating.
No.
But
it's not good.
For the first year, something I can recommend of our first year is definitely our holiday special, because we literally did a commentary for the holiday special. And so the gimmick was supposed to be every year we watch something bad Star Wars. Holiday special, obviously starting off prolifically. And then the next year. So we have been, mirrored image. We have been and by this I mean because I kind of do the calendar.
It's true.
I've been trying to make this happen every year since our first year, since 2018, basically. Where, all right, next is Caravan of Courage. Because I love that movie, but I know it's not great, and I know it's got a reputation, and you haven't seen it.
No, I have not, still.
And you would love it, not because Star Wars. You would love it because it's so ridiculous. It's like Trolls 2 ridiculous fantasy. It barely registers as Star Wars, except when, Discount Wicket shows up.
Discount Wicket.
And so
I love that grocery
it was
store.
supposed to be that, and eventually Ewoks 2, and then I don't know where we would have gone from there. I didn't clearly think that far ahead. I didn't think we'd be going into year 5. I wasn't thinking about the 300th episode. I was thinking about what would be funny right now. And then, so we haven't done episodes at Christmas until this past year.
Very true.
Usually we stop in November because my life gets ridiculous. And so short of making it a one-man show with you, welcome to take the reins on this anytime. God, no. Kick me out, fire me, get someone better.
We would lose every single subscriber.
Brennan's in the wings. Spend the Patreon budget better. I'm fine with that. You could get better. But
I mean, we could make it Boop answers trivia incorrectly.
And so, but yeah,
you put that finger triangle down, Eli.
Historically, we've not podcasted at Christmas. At Christmas time, November, December is just really freaking hard. This year, I am utterly amazed that we did it.
I know.
We had a lot of fun. We'd had a lot of fun talking about something completely different. Really having like every episode of our Lord of the Rings like marathon was from a completely different angle.
Mhm.
Like the first one was just the awe of me coming into this new realm of lore and media and like all this other stuff I missed out for 20 years. The second one was very like character study,
Mhm.
and then the third one was like story study, like the brilliance like Tolkien works into a story. Like I could not have, and that's the thing about like what we do. I didn't plan any of that.
Hmm.
Like I didn't, other than who was going to be on the episodes, I had no idea how that was going to go. And so it turning out that good and that like thoughtfully diverse, literally just
Mm.
amazing, because I was dead for 2 of those episodes.
It's true. It was quite funny.
I was still very busy this year, but somehow it just worked of like, no, I'm going to be home in time to pod. And that was like it. And so this was supposed to, now I say that, but then of course the last week of episodes, so it was supposed to be on for Christmas, do a holiday special, and then off for New Year's.
Yes.
We got the ick, it didn't happen. But I knew because of when New Year's would be, no one's watching that show.
Of course not.
Like much love to, who was it? I think it was ATG and Podcast of the Wills that did do an episode like live on that day. Good for y'all.
Yeah.
Like cool. We do not have that kind of popularity where it's like, oh, major holiday or Nerdherder. It's literally I don't have anything else to do. I guess these guys can have my time for a little bit. And so we appreciate all of the tens of fans of Nerdherder here. So that's a long story for why we're like doing a weird fun no plan episode. So this is literally just us getting together, chit-chatting, and we put out the call and said, hey, if you want in, this is the one. If you've not been on before, not been on ever, if you just want to come hang out, this is the one.
Yeah.
So there's no real roadmap to it for those listening in the near future.
You
My
just dropped
phone
your
just
phone.
ejected. No, I
Good
didn't drop
grief.
it. It suicided.
The ghost.
It was, my phone was even trying to escape my life.
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
Stop it.
So that's how we landed where we are with this. So that's what it's going to be for those list that check this out and listen later. Like what's the holiday special? The holiday special is we plan even less than we normally do.
Yeah, we're here to hang out and have fun.
Exactly. And so before we get to our lovely guests, who, and that's the other thing, you kind of get a front row seat. Like you get to be in here and
It's
judge
true.
us live. But
I can see the judgment from here.
before we open the floor to everyone, you're the bestest guestest of all.
Dear God.
You're, you know,
Absolutely not.
I'm partial to you.
Well, yeah.
I fancy you
because I make your meals.
That's true. And my indigestions, like aside, I do love them. So I figured start with you. Start the pace of how we'll handle this with you. And so first off, because this was supposed to be right after Christmas, fresh off the presents and everything, but it's recent enough, and if you got something exciting enough, you'd still want to talk about it. So that said, Christmas happened, exchanging of gifts if you don't celebrate Christmas. Did you get something? Was there something in particular that you really liked? And I realize how like haughty this is, because I got you everything.
You did. You got me. You didn't get me everything. I bought myself a couple of presents. They were both books.
That's true.
A medical history book. It's about the doctor who did facial reconstruction surgery on the soldiers that came back from World War One.
Is
very
that the
exciting?
I can't think of the title now. Is that the cutter, the slicer,
the face maker?
The face maker. There you go. Slicer. That makes so much more sense. Sorry.
It's by the same dude who wrote The Butchering Art, which was also very good. I don't have the name in front of me, but highly recommend. But
you're
Butchering Art.
You're explaining it to me where this is a doctor
Yes.
that's writing it about another doctor.
I'm not sure if the author is a doctor or not.
Oh, okay.
I
Never
might be
mind.
wrong. I think he's just a historian. But
Okay.
he's a very talented historian. He's written a lot of really good medical history books and just history books in general.
And that's given me not fun facts
It's
to
true.
share at work often.
You have lived through several info dumps from
And I
me.
love it. It equips me to make every situation either more or less awkward.
It's true. I equip you with the ability to silence a room almost immediately.
If you want facts that I guarantee you no one else at the party will bring up, like it's the small talk thing of just like, I have this slice of interesting information. This helps me. I'm not really talking to you. I'm sharing information.
Yeah, I'm just sort of talking at you.
Boop is full of it. So if you ever need help, if you're ever going into a party, if you're ever going into a social gathering and you're just like, I need something that I can bring up, no one else will bring up. And it could just as easily shut down a social interaction.
You just walk up to somebody at a party and ask them, look them in the eye and keep concentration and ask them, you want to know where vanilla extract comes from?
Do you value your teeth?
I guarantee you that I know someone who does
Boba,
more.
Boba.
That is not my joke, by the way.
Boba is like belly flopping on the.
Yeah.
Get down.
But yeah, I got some neat stuff for the Christmas.
Yes.
Yes.
So the books is what you're.
The books and also this really dope Skeletor shirt that was gotten to me by my favorite person.
Who are they? I'll kill them.
You.
I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's where'd it come from?
Etsy. I could pull up the shop, but I'm sure you'll find it. There's not too many people with that design, I feel like, but it was recommended because I look at a lot of things for you on Etsy because.
And if you don't get the reference, it's the Crimson Ghoul, who is the mascot of the Misfits
logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I was just like, okay, I know you would love to be known as the Skeletor person in any group, any setting. But I wasn't sure about Misfits, so I had to check on that. But
I don't care if anybody knows that I like Misfits.
The things you like are niche enough where generally it has to come from Etsy. Hot Topic is not talking about this.
Hot Topic does not know the interests of Boop.
So,
my God, dude.
Boba. You
need to cut it out.
Get down.
Come on.
Get down.
Hang on.
The benefits of a live show.
Well, you talk about what you got for Christmas.
No, there is more questions for you. Thank you.
Thank me.
Such as.
What was the other one?
So I'm getting there.
Okay.
What's something non-Christmas related? Like what's a top Boop moment for 2022?
Ooh,
like trying to pull a positive out of a hectic and crazy year.
Those don't happen very often. Let's see.
Boba.
Gee.
No.
I don't know. Like I got more open with my identity. That's a big one this year. I came even further out of the closet.
Eventually you'll be out of the house.
I will be unstoppable once I figure out this complex lock system that is my brain.
I mean, it's an ever evolving thing. I think just as people learn more about themselves, that's how that sort of thing happens. Like it's all tied to self-discovery, and sometimes that self-discovery comes from just going through life. You can't learn until you grow. You can't do until you know, and it just kind of unfolds constantly, and that's fine. I think that's the problem, is like life and people tend to tell us that by 18, get it figured out and do it. Like you're stuck until 65.
No, nothing at 18. Your frontal lobe is not fully developed at 18.
Right. And so, but yeah, anyway. Yeah. But yeah.
Ooh, you know what came out this year?
What
else came out this year? Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah.
That was a top Boop moment.
There you go. I was like, I didn't miss a Nick Cage movie. That's not yet. That's coming soon.
There were several Nick Cage movies that came out this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Pig was this year. Willy's Wonderland.
Was that? No, that was 20.
That was 21.
That was 21. Both of those were. Has to be, right?
Sure.
I'm not that stupid at time.
Anyway,
Sorry.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent came out this year, which was spectacular.
This just in, there's a restaurant called Pigpen here.
Is
apparently.
there? What do they serve? Is it barbecue?
I'm assuming barbecue.
Wow. Maybe it's mud.
You
don't get very many mud restaurants.
Yep, 2021.
Oh, well.
But Multiverse of Madness definitely
Pig
was.
This year. Yes, it was. That movie is just...
I don't think you've ever liked a Marvel movie like that.
No,
I don't think you've ever
not
had that experience.
I certainly have not. Because it's a Sam Raimi movie.
Like
that's the entire thing. Like, I love it because it's a good horror movie, thriller-ish. It's a great Sam Raimi movie, and because it's a lot of fun. Like, that music note fight had me on the edge of my seat cheering.
Nothing quite like it. I like this era very specific Marvel movie. It's not just a general superhero action.
Makes me think that they can do Inhumans again.
Let's not, though. Let's leave that alone.
Put Sam Raimi.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can find it if you search really, really hard on Disney Plus.
It's bad.
And by that I mean you type in Inhumans.
And it's the only thing that comes up. Watch Daredevil instead. It's a great
fair. Show. So is there something big in 2023 you're looking forward to? Is there, or not even like, if it's even less ethereal, if it's like something you hope for in 2023?
Renfield.
You're looking forward to that?
I'm really looking forward to that movie. I was already excited about the concept of Nicolas Cage's Dracula, but that trailer, it was so good. And I had no idea that Nicholas Hoult was in it. And so...
One of the better parts of the Young X-Men.
Yes, actually. Mm-hmm. I think he was a great beast. I'd love it if he'd come back, but...
Yeah, it's understandable.
The fans were not kind.
Well, they should have sent it to... what's her face? Jennifer Lawrence. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that was the low point. Like, not...
It's a good point.
Not her overall. Like, she's done great things. I just don't think X-Men was one of them.
No.
But yes, I mean, other than being Nick Cage, it's also vampire, whole nother thing you're super into.
Oh, absolutely. I think I'm going to have to completely redo my wardrobe now because of that movie. I need to walk around in crushed velvet red suits.
I hope he's really, really in it. Like, that's the only thing I'm scared about. Is it's just like if he's in it for the joke, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, let's get a lot of Nick Cage if we're gonna do it. And I'm not a Nick Cage fan,
baby.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, you better follow through.
You better work,
because they are definitely selling Nick Cage as a point of this movie.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to projects that I have ideas for in the new year. Mm-hmm. Like I have some action figure mod ideas that I look forward to. You know about one of them.
Oh, okay. I was like, I mean, you were putting it together so cryptically. I was just like,
no.
Oh, this is not something we've talked about. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
I was here for it.
You said it cryptid instead of cryptic, so it reminded me. I promise, I'm just you and me right here. I promise me and Jerry are going to be putting out that podcast this year. That's something I'm looking forward to in 2020.
There is a side quest on Boop and Jerry's map for podcasting. If you like cryptids and other weird stuff, it's all going to be there. It's guaranteed. And
we will be there.
It's going to be great. And so, mentioning Renfield, and before we dive in with our lovely guests, it's a great opportunity to talk about some thoughts we've had circling around. Apparently, our top podcast subject. If you missed that conversation at the end of our last episode of 2022, or my rant on social media, apparently Nick Cage is the most popular thing we've ever talked about.
Yeah, because it's good.
Instantly beat out 4 years of content. And so obviously we're going to have to do more. Like, It's one of those things where it's like, it's not like we do. I mean, clearly, look at what we do. It's not that I set something up for, oh, this is popular. This will get us clicks and views and blah, blah, blah.
No.
But it's nice and satisfying when people like watch your stuff and are excited to engage it and talk with you about it and everything. And nothing quite swept like when we talked about Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Great
crazy.
movie. I love that movie so much.
And so it's one of those things. Okay, yeah, like heck, even if and that's the whole point of that and the series of Let's Get Cagey. I don't like Nicolas Cage, so it's literally me watching a movie I'm probably not going to like and talking about it with people that do like it, and being the odd one out. But knowing that other people enjoyed that, like that makes me enjoy it, and so that's why we will be doing more. It gives you an escape for talking about Nick Cage. It gives people what they want.
It's true.
I'm there too, and so part of that. One cool thing we're going to do, this was your idea, because we're going to have to watch the movie anyway.
Yeah.
So we're going to start doing commentaries on the Nick Cage movie we'll be covering next. And so, for instance, in a couple of weeks, we'll be talking about Face Off. So what we're going to do...
Your face.
We're not going to do that.
Off.
We're going to watch and create a commentary for it. And it will first go to our patrons before the Let's Get Cagey episode. So that's an exclusive for them. And then when I feel like it, then it'll go up for everybody else, probably more than a month later. And so if it's something where it's just like, oh, this sounds insane, yeah, then check out our Patreon. Literally join at the lowest tier, and you can get that and anything else we're coming up with for this year, because we do appreciate our patrons and we want to offer something that makes it worth your time and money. We appreciate people's generosity, but like, there's no reason we can't do special things for you who are doing something special for us. Yeah. And so that's one of the first things we can definitely do, because it's the most it's the most coming soon attraction here for Nerdherder. And so whether you're a patron or not, you can look forward to that episode, that stream that we will do in a couple of weeks. But patrons get excited for extra content for us. Yes, it's something we haven't done since 2018. We have not done a commentary since the holiday special.
Hey,
so
opportunity,
bringing it back, baby. And that said, it literally just pays for like StreamYard and like podcast stuff.
We're excited
because even when you like stuff like it all goes to something. And so that said, why don't we get this holiday special started with one of our patrons?
Put your keys in the bowl, baby. It's a holiday party.
What? Oh, like car keys.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
Have you never seen The Grinch?
No. I mean, yes. What is that in The Grinch?
In the Jim Carrey Grinch.
What? I have seen that movie so many times.
That?
No.
So when the moms are having their little party, the people walking by are putting their keys in a bowl.
I missed that. No, I missed that joke.
I will show you the clip.
Okay, well, that's another commentary coming at you all
that's not
eventually.
A bad
Yeah,
idea.
there's so many Grinch movies, and nobody's ever seen the second one. So there you go. That's a tease. Anyway, but yes,
wait,
you interrupted my
Sorry.
my great segue. We were selling Patreon, and I was going to invite on our patron, and now it's all about the Grinch.
What's up, Brennan?
What's up? Get in here, Brennan.
Hello.
Welcome to the party, sir.
Thank you.
He's in the bowl, apparently. Yeah. So part of asking Boop those lovely questions was because I was genuinely curious about things you were looking forward to and whatnot, but it was also a preview of what was to come for you. And so that said, did you get any cool stuff for Christmas this year?
It was almost all Star Wars stuff.
Oh, big surprise there.
Yes,
yes, indeed.
Yeah. Any standouts that you were most grateful for?
Yes, a Lola droid from the Kenobi series.
Nice. I've been so on the fence because it's just so dang cute. and I just haven't quite gone over the edge for it yet.
Yes.
But
Need it.
that's awesome. That's
Yes,
awesome.
I wanted that one for sure.
Now, but I'm having followed your social media now for a while. You're into other things as well. So was it maybe not that you didn't love all of the Star Wars stuff you get, but was there something not Star Wars that you were maybe hoping for or interested in?
A Criterion copy of Malcolm X, the movie from
Ooh.
1992.
That's so specific and a really good movie too, though.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed. I love that Criterion collection.
Yeah, I'm for between the art and just the appreciation of movies that don't normally get like special editions or
Yeah.
like remasters. It's A+ for sure.
Absolutely.
awesome.
I have at least 50 of them.
Dang, man, putting me to shame. I think I
Yep.
have like 5.
It's true, and they're mostly like Godzilla and
Yeah.
We have the Phantasm.
Oh, that's
That's
true.
Arrow.
That's right. Is it the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
I
nice.
haven't seen any
Love
of the other
Phantasm.
Phantasms yet, but that is on the
That's
list.
okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else from Christmas that you wanted to shout out or particularly excited about?
Well, I got a Black Series figure of Omega.
Yes.
So,
Very
you
cool.
know.
So,
She's
well,
one
and
of
Bad
my favorite
Batch.
characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and
Yep.
they're back. I assume you've seen the latest episodes.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
A lot of people have said it. I'm not saying anything like brilliant or special, but I'm definitely in the crowd of I love where Andor went. It was so deep and interesting.
Yes.
I like the fun Saturday morning cartoons.
Very true.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
And they're doing it so well.
yeah, I love it.
Exactly. Not everything can have the same tone as Andor.
Yeah, and honestly, it's good because you could go to
I had
some
a
dark
hard
places.
time
Andor is
watching.
brilliant, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely it's good to be able to have that smorgasbord. Is it smorgasbord or Borg?
Bored.
Board. There we go. I'm thinking Beetleborg.
I'm glad you're here because I would not have answered that correctly.
Oh, you're thinking Beetleborgs. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big Bad Beetleborg specifically.
Indeed, I remember the theme song too.
Yeah.
Oh man, they don't make them like that anymore.
We don't.
No.
Well, now I know who to have on if we ever talk about Beetleborgs because that
Yes. It
that
will
holds a
be
special place in my
podcast
heart.
Of 3 people.
Right, me, Brennan, and probably Chris.
Probably
Chris
Yep.
Ryans.
Yep.
Well, so beyond Christmas, was there any big Brennan moments in 2022? Anything?
Oh my word! Well, Andor is, I think, maybe the best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back.
Wow.
I think
I
that
love it.
also in 2022, the Batman was incredible.
Completely
Yes.
forgot about that.
My favorite film of the year. Though I
might
do
be
need
right
to
with you.
catch up on some of the 2022 films.
Yeah. No, I'm really glad you mentioned that because we actually we went down a revisiting rabbit hole with the Batman recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
when it came out.
I am so upset it didn't make the short list for the best score.
Oh,
I'm
well, and then
so upset about that.
well, and like they did this big hour-long featurette.
It's so iconic.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, and like a whole hour to talk about the Batman, and they spent I mean,
They spent a
there was
little
a
bit of
line,
time,
there was a couple of things, but it's just
but
like
they didn't have Michael Giacchino.
it was one of the best things
Yeah,
about
I
that
think
movie.
it is Michael Giacchino's best score, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
The creepiest version of Ave Maria I've ever heard.
Yes. Well, and it's one of those things like the first 5 minutes really sells this version of Batman.
Oh,
And
absolutely. And
like
the
that,
Riddler.
that's the way you've got to do it. Like instantly, people are thinking of all the different Batmans, all the eras. How is this one going to work? You've
And
got to sell it.
Riddler is more of the Zodiac killer kind of thing.
Exactly.
Which I liked it a little bit of realism, but not like Heath Ledger realism with it. But enough that it wasn't Jim Carrey again.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Which wouldn't have been a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I've got some strong opinions about that one.
It was right when it was right, and
I mean,
it needs
The
to be
Dark
left there.
Knight is my favorite superhero film and Batman film, but the Batman might be my second favorite. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it's really
It's up
really
there.
really
It's
good.
up there in the top 5, I'd say.
I
Yeah.
think it's because there's so much good Batman stuff that not necessarily outdoing in the it's so much better than sense, but like it doing so well is
Mhm.
what left such a memorable mark.
Mhm. And how different it was from anything
Yeah,
that we had
and
gotten in the last few
Pattinson
years.
was incredible.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And let's just say I didn't have a crush on Zoe Kravitz until I saw the Batman.
There you go.
Listen.
Welcome to the club.
And went, whoa. Mhm.
and good chemistry too, which like
Yeah, very good. Very
the
good chemistry.
Catwoman Batman thing is not as easy as just put them in a room. Like
No, it's
Yeah, there's got to
Nicole
be
Kidman
something
is hard to
there.
beat.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it definitely felt like that. Man, I don't know what's happening at DC, but I do hope we get more because I'd love the comeback. Obviously
Yeah, and the Batman was not as depressing as the Joker.
for sure,
Or
which
Joker,
is somehow getting a
which
sequel. Like
was
so,
apparently a musical.
Oh God.
like
Why?
I mean, but let's just say that movie was brilliant, but very hard to get through.
well, for me, it's
Because
just
just so psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is it's just like part of that difficulty for me too was it doesn't have to be the Joker. It doesn't have to
No.
be in
It's like
Batman's
it was trying
universe.
to be Taxi Driver.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
being very Scorsese. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
it's also going for he's an incel mass shooter. Basically is what he is.
Which, it
Shouldn't be the hero of your story.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
the protagonist, yeah.
if you're gonna do that character study, if you're going to
Of course,
go
then
to
again,
that
Joaquin
place.
Phoenix is basically that in real life, so
Yikes.
Whoa. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
no, let's just say he's odd enough to fit the bill.
It's true.
He definitely was
His
the
Oscar
kind of
speech
person.
was very strange.
Yeah, if you're going to get somebody to play crazy, and have that sell of they're a method actor.
Oh my word!
I don't know why that's such an envious thing, but it is.
No.
No, not anymore, because I think method acting has gone from be the character from the inside out to let's act like the character.
Yeah.
And it's like
Right.
you don't want to do that.
No.
Well, what's that?
Jared Leto tried that and it didn't go well for him.
No.
He's tried a lot that hasn't gone well for him, actually.
Unfortunately, yes.
That man is mid.
Like it's literally 30 Seconds to Mars, and then it hasn't been right since
30
Fight
Seconds
Club.
to Mars' first album.
Well, since Fight Club,
First album,
and that's it.
No, I liked
The
up
Kill
into
was great.
that was the best, but I've liked up until I want to say 2009.
Jeez.
Whatever. I don't know, but more recently than that. Like I liked a lot of 30 Seconds to Mars stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
I mean, it's 30 Seconds to Mars versus literally any acting job he's had.
Even American Psycho?
Yeah, because like that's a throwaway part.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a good throwaway, but it's
even Dallas Buyers Club.
That's a good.
I haven't seen that movie.
Really?
No.
That's what he won his Oscar for.
That's what he won his Oscar for? All right, then I'll check it out.
Best supporting actor. Let's just say I know the Oscars very well.
Nice.
Very good, very good.
I did fairly well in the movie Trivia Schmodown, so
nice. I would suck at all the Schmodown.
Technically, I'm the Star Wars champion in the first class league, but that's
Brennan coming in with the humble brags.
Not to toot my own horn or anything.
Oh no, toot that horn.
It.
Absolutely.
Yes. I used to have a belt. We had to return it when the league ended.
Oh wow. Oh, that sucks.
But as you can see on my wall, I've got plenty of stuff to replace it on my wall behind me.
Well, true. No shortage. So then,
and I got the Last Jedi poster behind me because I will go to my grave saying the sequel trilogy is brilliant.
It is.
Agreed.
Oh yes, you are amongst agreeable people here for this. Yeah, actually, I have a Last Jedi. It's just here off. I think you can see the corner.
Watching, I have a Rise of Skywalker poster in my room.
Nice.
It's in the best frame, and I'm proud of it.
Nice. I was just taking note. I didn't realize somehow we got we saw the Rise of Skywalker a lot, and I apparently got 3 different popcorn buckets from that.
It's
Ooh.
true.
So it's nice.
I tell you, at the end of that movie, I got to be honest. That was the greatest theatrical experience of my life.
I don't think like I've had a lot of high moments with Star Wars. I've also had a lot of high moments. Just kidding.
No, you have not.
Not me, unfortunately. Or fortunately, as the case may be.
Right. Lots of exciting moments. Lots of really like hype, cheerful moments. But there is something about from the moment that Ben Solo enters the frame.
Yeah.
You know, the he's
As Ben
here
Solo,
moment.
yeah.
Yep. That scene with Han. Oh my word.
Oh gosh, yeah, like that is.
Will break. That will make you cry. It's nothing.
Yep, every time.
I mean, so the movie ends, and my friend sitting next to me. And he said, "What do you think?" And I give me a minute because I am sobbing. And I have to clarify online to certain people. I was crying from happiness.
Oh well.
But certain people were crying for other reasons.
Right. Well, and they are
Raylos were crying for a different reason, but
that's true. I'm still bitter about that, but
well, yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing I've come to is it's just like even though
like,
there are things
later after would have been kind of weird.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of ways they could have taken it other than that. Unfortunately,
it's like awkward family reunion.
Yeah, right. And I
he's a murdering psychopath.
Yeah.
Right, and I completely and the dog, the family dog hates him.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, it's completely from a selfish place of I just really like Adam Driver.
I was the same.
Yeah, but yeah, that climax got something out of me that Star Wars hasn't
it was
in
so
a long
funny.
time.
So the movie ends, and I go home. I'm like, I can't wait to get online to see how everyone is celebrating this movie.
Yeah.
And then went online and went, uh-oh.
Right.
So thankfully, I found a safe haven of certain people that are like, okay, we're on the same wavelength. Like you guys, like Force Center.
Yeah.
Like Octo Radio with Alvin Diaz.
Yeah.
Some great people who are like, this is a nice, safe place.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I've had to mute so many things on my Twitter just for my own sanity.
For sure. Well, and that's what you got to do. Like that's the big thing is finding that community.
About being a fan. It's like,
Yeah. Well, and it makes me very jealous of times when we got Star Wars and didn't have the internet to run to.
There you go.
Yes.
Like there was so many times where I didn't know people hated certain things about the prequels, because there was no way to know.
Now I'm guessing that you guys are a bit younger than me. I'm guessing.
Possibly. I am 28.
Okay. Oh man, you just made me feel very old.
What? No.
Okay, I'm only 9 years older than you, so it's not too bad.
Gotcha.
That's okay. Well, there you
but
go.
I grew up in the era when it was just the 3 movies, and
for sure.
And it was like VHS,
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with the original unaltered versions, which is nice. Though I don't hate the alterations, to be honest. And then the prequels came out, and that was a strange time because I was old enough to realize the vitriol that was going on.
Sure.
And now, thankfully, people are embracing them. And I hope the same thing happens in 20 years with the sequels.
Oh,
we can only hope.
For sure. I absolutely think it all comes around, and even if not perfectly and completely, the majority does eventually come around. It's a lot of that like initial like hype and energy that creates either the extreme positive or negative around some things, because there's movies that have come out and had an insane initial response, and then years go by and it's like, why did we like this? We could have had so much better. So it's something that definitely goes both ways.
Anyone?
Right. Yeah, it's one of those, it's just a movie, guys. Like it's not that it's bad, it's just,
even though I'm still bitter that The Dark Knight didn't get nominated for Best Picture that year. Because in my opinion, that's the best movie of 2008.
Well, and there's still people that think that they're the cool kid by hating on that movie.
People who hate on that is just like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, something to close out our time. We'll have a little bit of a tag in, tag out with our
Okay.
next guest. But what's something this year, 2023, that you're really looking forward to? It can be a project, a film, something, or it
Dune Part
can
2.
be whatever. What's that?
Dune Part 2.
Yes.
I
It's gonna be so good, John. You have to watch the first
I
one.
do.
though.
That's my problem
You
with
have to
it.
watch
It's
the
just
first
like,
one and David
oh
Lynch's
my
too.
gosh, how did I get
No,
here?
don't watch David Lynch's Dune. No,
Yes,
no,
watch David Lynch's.
I have to. Kyle MacLachlan's in it, and I love that
no.
man.
Okay, that's fair.
Um,
Well, to my
Sting is also
boop,
in it.
I'm currently watching Twin Peaks
Yes.
for the first time.
for the that was going to be my
love Twin
follow up.
Peaks.
So
Yes,
how
I
far
just started
into it are you?
season 2.
Okay.
Nice.
And I think I'll watch Firewalk with Me and the new 3rd season. I think I'll
So
try to watch it all.
so
It's worth it. You just got to stick with it through the weird
Yeah,
parts.
Yeah.
but I'll
Hey,
also
if you can handle the log lady, you can handle anything.
That is an excellent philosophy, and will come back around.
So a fair warning though, literally every new thing that comes out for Twin Peaks is so different from the last
It's
thing.
true.
So it's gonna get
I like a
weirder.
little variety.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that.
And
There's
then, as far as other things, The Acolyte. I mean, I got Mando season 3 and The Acolyte.
yeah, of all of the Star Wars things that's been mentioned, like that's actually the thing I'm surprised more people aren't excited for, because it's like some of the most new stuff we've gotten
Yeah.
since Mando, actually.
Yep.
So
Because
I'm
of
right there with you on
Daphne
that one.
Keane. That should be fun.
Yes.
The cast is shaping up to be amazing.
And Mando season 3 can't wait because we've had to wait for 2 years.
Right. Oh my gosh, it feels for like it that used to be the Christmas thing when we traded out. All right, we're ending the Rise of Skywalker. Let's immediately go in on some Mando. Like that was at least something to look forward to during the holidays, and
Yeah.
that's been missing now.
And I'm gonna plant my flag on the fact that the Book of Boba Fett was great.
Absolutely. And it's not Mando season 2.5.
I'm planting my flag that Kenobi was great.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I don't like is these people who say how much they love Andor, and then use their love of Andor to hate on the other things.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was that stupid account of Andor is better than, and just
It's just awful.
just a fire starter.
I mean, there were a lot of people out there who they could not get through any conversation about Andor without saying how much they hated the other shows.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, and
or the sequel trilogy, or the classic Fire Kathleen Kennedy,
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
and their statements with Fire Kathleen Kennedy.
Mando did the same thing, unfortunately, by coming right out behind Rise of Skywalker. It was that same dichotomy
Yeah, when it's
of
like Mando is so much better than. Yeah.
Mhm.
it's like just say you like it. You don't have to compare or trash something else. Just say you like it, man.
Just love it,
Yep.
man.
Goodness gracious.
The sequel trilogy to me is brilliant, and nobody can change my mind on that.
Agreed.
Nor should they. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that opinion. I mean, we're partial because
Yep.
Or impartial.
Impartial.
We're impartial because we agree. But
Partial?
I don't
think
know.
that's partial. That's being partial.
There we go.
Yes.
we
biased.
might not be smart grammatically, but we know good Star Wars when we know it, and the
true.
sequel trilogy is that. So,
Yeah.
well, Brennan, thank you so much for
You're
being on.
welcome.
Thank you
We'll
for
get-
being
we'll get to
early
talk-
to our
Oh,
own
yes.
show.
Yes.
It was awesome.
And we'll get to talk more on Wednesday, of course.
Yes, we will. So that's a wonderful preview. If you haven't already, Brennan's got some great content. Actually, you know what? I'll let you, if you want to shout out what you've got going on, that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, my podcast, Page Turners They Were Not, based on a great line from Yoda in The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Anchor, Apple, Google, the usual places.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be having Nerdherder, J. Boop on my podcast on Wednesday. And I'll probably post it next Monday. Not tomorrow, but next Monday.
We just couldn't have enough of the Lord of the Rings
It'll be on
talk.
Thursday.
So.
It'll be on Thursday.
Yep. So we're looking forward to
We'll post it on Thursday, so look for it there.
Yeah. And if you're like me, And like there's so many great podcasts, but there's also so many long podcasts. What I like about what you do, Brennan, is like a lot of the single thought podcasts, but you do longer form discussion based episodes as well.
Mhm.
So it's what you have time for, because there's days where I'm at work or I'm on the way to work, and the quick tidbit thoughts episodes that you do are the ones where like lore deep dives, or like just answering a question.
Or giving another hot take, which I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
Clearly. And so the variety of length of your content, I think, is really awesome. So
Yep.
it
And
works for me.
I watched Lord of the Rings about the same time you guys did.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
rewatched it because I've seen it, many times.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to talk about it.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So this is a lovely preview of what's to come, except not, because it's totally a different topic. But
Still.
nonetheless, we'll be.
Well, there'll be a little Star Wars in there.
Yeah.
Of course, it follows us everywhere.
All roads lead to Star Wars.
Exactly. So
put that on a T-shirt.
This was a lovely tester of that, and look forward to sharing the screen with you again very soon, buddy.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. Catch
Yes,
you guys
sir.
later.
Happy New Year.
Good. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you,
And
buddy.
with your soul. Isn't that with Catholic? No, it's and with your spirit.
I don't know what they say anymore.
They say an awful
and also
lot.
with you. I don't know, but nonetheless,
Get the trivia boy in here.
I love that. Oh, come on. I was gonna give him an intro, but you've done spoiled it.
No, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Trivia boy.
Trivia boy. Come along, trivia boy.
Oh, I love that. Eli.
Hey, buddy.
Dear lad, welcome. You're coming to us from the Jedi Archives? What is this?
Yes,
Where
yes,
are you?
I have the library background again. Yeah.
Nice. Took the whole library over for showing up on our weird little podcast.
That is what's happened here. Yeah.
Very honored. Thank you for joining, you and Brennan, for being on time to our show.
Which we were not.
Like
I was just chilling here. I've just been chilling here for
You had front row seats to a Nerdherder episode. How do you feel?
It feels great. It feels great.
You should see your general practitioner in about 2 to 3 days.
Right.
Just in case.
2 to 3 business days.
If you get a sick to your stomach feeling, that's normal. No. So I mean, you've kind of seen the run of show, and so first off, obviously, what did little baby Eli get for Christmas?
What did Santa bring you,
that
buddy?
you're so excited about?
I'm trying to think. So I don't celebrate Christmas.
That's right.
No. Don't worry about it. But I'm trying to think.
I forgot you celebrate Kwanzaa.
He celebrates Jamiroquai. All right.
Hold on, that's Jared.
Sorry.
That's Jared who celebrates Kwanzaa, but we'll go back to that. We'll go back to that. I don't know. He celebrates it. He appropriates it. I don't know what else.
Love you, Jared.
Love you, Jared.
I'm indifferent.
Okay, that's just because apparently he likes Dengar and you don't.
Dengar is
I've always thought Dengar is kind of cool, but I never really had like a huge big opinion. I never thought he was like the best ever or the worst ever. So when you guys started arguing about Dengar, I'm like, wow, I didn't know people had this strong opinions about Dengar.
Right,
Dengar sucks.
Unexpected. Oh, so it looks like Brennan's coming for you.
Brennan, Brennan, we'll talk later. I've had some plans in the works for a while. If Brennan's still hungry, I have an invite for him on EC. I will tell him about that in the future. But I have something that I think will be worth his might, I guess.
Nice. All right. Well, you heard it here first. It is recorded and on camera.
Yeah, it's recorded on camera. We're still trying to record the other stuff, but yeah. I'm trying to think what the best things I got. Actually, I will say, my co-host Jacob got me for like a combined present for my birthday and for like the holidays sort of
Mhm.
thing. He got me a bunch of stuff, but one of them was the was Convergence from the newest phase of the High Republic.
Nice.
I still need to catch up with. Like I'm so incredibly far behind with.
Oh yeah.
I'm like I started reading Rising Storm, and then I got COVID.
That'll do it.
And then I'm like, okay, and then I just never got back on it.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. That was very interesting. But yeah, I think that's probably my favorite gift this year has been. I'm excited to continue High Republic stuff. I've been hearing crazy stuff's happening in Phase 2.
If you want to feel better, so I'm not even into Phase 2, and so far the only thing it's just an access thing for me. I've only kept up with the comics, and I know that's a large part, but the books are pretty significant, and so I don't know why I've just been able to read more comics than I have been able to like fully commit to books. So I'm that far behind.
Commitment's hard.
To
Very
be
much
completely
so.
fair, the only thing I remember from the Rising Storm is Udi Dis, who is one of the Nile, and only because I can make the joke "new phone Udi Dis."
Exactly. There you go. If they are memeable, 100% more
Yes.
likely to be remembered. They are
That's
memeable.
literally the only thing I remember is that Udi Dis was in it, and then I think he died because Markion Ro was trying to get some amulet or something. I don't know.
Nice.
You just switched. Okay.
You're
going through background.
I don't know. I realized, wait a minute, we're not on the Star Wars one
No.
in the middle of, or well, much past the middle of our episode. But you know what? It's fine.
Can
it's
I get
fine.
a you fool since you're going past it?
Yes, you may.
You fool!
Thank you.
There you go. Oh wait, I added Eli, you get to be here for this. I added a new one that I'm very proud of, and I'll probably never find an appropriate use for it. Because
that's most of my clips. Most of my clips are just to show people backstage.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's literally just because I wanted to, and I thought it was funny. So here's the latest disc drop for Nerdherder.
It is a visual and therefore a visceral betrayal. Stop it.
Very nice. I like that a lot.
I love it. 10 points to Gryffindor for who can name it.
I have one on In a Galaxy that I'm not sure when I'm gonna get to use publicly, but
same.
but it's, and I replaced it out because I used to have the original TikTok of Buffalo Wild Wings, Taylor Gray doing his best Ezra Bridger impersonation, but now I have it sound engineered so it sounds like it's coming out of the transmission that Ezra sends at the end of season 1 of Rebels.
Oh my gosh,
and,
that just
and
got
there's
epic.
and you can see like it's edited to the episode, so you can see and there's even a little laughter where Ezra's like, "You think they heard it?" And Sarah's like, I think they did.
That's so layered. That's amazing.
It's beautiful. I knew it was out there, and I just decided I'd get that.
I love your commitment to bits, man.
It's true.
It's one of those things where it almost makes everything funnier because of how funny you think it is. Like it's just it's amazing. You transcend things, Eli.
Thank you. No, so again, I didn't make this. That's the funny thing is somebody else had to make this, and then I saw it somewhere.
You subjected this creation.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, okay, let's go. Let's do this.
No, yeah, end of story.
Yeah, I feel like that's all StreamYards are for at this point, is to house clips of things.
For sure. Like it's so amazing and it's so irresponsible. Like the power I've been given is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what half of these are anymore. We haven't used them forever.
No, we've used quite a lot of these. One we never use because it's one of the I'm never fast enough. So it's like and just FYI for everyone listening, and for any future guests checking this out, because of certain folks who I love dearly. I love everyone dearly, but because of certain folks, we've used all of our vulgarity in 2022.
Yes.
So we are
Not allowed to
strictly
say the filthy F word
anything.
anymore.
So we are a strictly PG podcast now. We were
Thanks,
always
Jared.
kind of like, we're, you know, like don't overuse it, but
No.
we were always for emphasis kind of podcast. And so there was one that came out and it came up in conversation with a family member and is just like, all right, well, that's hella awkward. Well, let's not talk about that again. I don't. So
Which of my family watches our
to
podcast?
save me the social awkwardness, we're not doing that anymore. So, but
It's
my
just
plan
Justin.
always was, if it happened to have,
Don't do that again.
It's good.
because everybody gets one. That was the warning. I'm never fast enough, and so it's like 10 seconds later, and it's just like, dang it, I missed it again.
So it's
so-
you, fool.
So yes,
You fool!
I am the fool. I am the fool.
Rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried.
And then this one for bad hot takes.
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
And then my favorite one, the flowers.
Oh, that I can never show the full clip of.
Come on.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch.
You have to be careful because I was saying it along with
You
the
got
character.
to time it just right. Just right. Oh my gosh. But anyway.
Those are marigolds.
So now our ridiculous clips aside, because that's not what you're here for. You're here. We're here to hear from you who are here to share about something great that happened in 2022 for you. So you've had the advantage of some time to think about it.
Yeah, I think probably one of my favorites in 2022. I just want to talk about Celebration because it was so great.
As you should.
And it was magical, and I just remember it's crazy being around that many people who are there just because they love Star Wars, and it is crazy, like turning to somebody and asking them what's their favorite Vision short before a panel, like it's a normal question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible. It was the first one I really actually I went as a very, very casual fan, to the last one in Anaheim, but I didn't really know what I was doing then. And this one was the first one I went as a creator, as somebody who has already made all these friends in this community, but it was absolutely insane. And I wish that 2023's was closer.
Yeah,
for sure.
And closer to a lot of people, and I understand that there are other international fans who are closer to this one, of course, and there has to be that balance. But yeah, it still kind of sucks not being able to go to London.
Can't smell Charlie Scoop's ass in the flesh.
I definitely think for us, it's harder because we missed Anaheim, and it was one of those things where it was the worst time it could have been for considering Celebration. So much was happening for us that couldn't, it was things in life that we can't be hold up, let's pause that and deal with it after Celebration, or we had no control over it. There's no way to make it happen, even if we wanted to. And so it was just that on top of, and now the next one's international, so we definitely aren't going to that.
Yeah,
so it's
for Orlando next
man,
year.
Anywhere at this point, there's not too many places in the U.S. they could go that wouldn't be on the table. I'm going to go ahead and say
Chicago Part 2
because that's my favorite.
Mirroring what they were doing pre-COVID, so I agree with Boop, and that I think probably the next one will be Orlando.
I think so.
I will absolutely schlep out there.
Family Disney trip, baby boy. Let's go.
Yeah. that's very cool, Brennan. I didn't get to meet Sam personally, but I got to see a bunch of incredible people there. I unfortunately due to scheduling conflicts, I was only able to go for the final 2 days, but it was still enough time to see everybody there, and it was like this is the crazy thing is I remember because I was there at the panel when Vision Season 2 was announced, and even I, with all the Star Wars like stuff coming out this year, forget that Vision Season 2 is happening this year. And I was there for it.
Well, and that's one of the big things. Like the reason I'm so adamant that the next time we get a shot, because like, so I was gonna say to that, Brennan, I got to meet him in Chicago, and
he's very smart.
He's amazing.
Very cool.
He is amazing. Cheekbones of a god, and so I know the awesomeness that you probably had in that moment, and so that's so great. So like. We got to meet some great actors and talent. We got to talk to Dave Filoni. We got to see the first trailer for Rise of Skywalker. Like all of those things were so cool. But like the thing I like kept coming back to of being like, I hate that I'm not at Celebration right now was getting to hang out with friends. It's like you said when you started off about Celebration, like being not just with people, randos that like Star Wars.
I was there in photo and in spirit.
Being with our people. You got to be there. You made a guest appearance with Dan.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was incredible. Jacob was my co-host Jacob was absolutely more into the getting photos with people. I know he has and I'm gonna get it from him to show on in a Galaxy one of these days, a photo with Tamora Morrison. That he got at Celebration, as well as with Ashley Eckstein and Matt Lanter and Dee Bradley Baker, I believe it is, which was very cool to see. But yeah, meeting everybody there was absolutely mind blowing. All these people that I've just seen in boxes on screens like these on or on Twitter or wherever they may be was absolutely incredible. And would not trade it for anything. And I'm really hoping that it is Orlando or somewhere in the US that I can get to more easily for 24.
Well, I mean, I think it's Dan from Bureau Axiom who's going live like right now.
I got the notification.
I think it was him who said, like, you know, now that they know the science of like Celebration and Disney, like I don't think they're going to miss out on the cash grab of having Celebration and then having these fanatical Star Wars people right next to Disney World. It just makes sense, like, for their wallets. I mean, and heck yeah, because we're going to do that.
Absolutely.
We're absolutely going to do that. And so
we are going to do that. Yes.
We're going to have a pickle night at Disney. Pickle night.
It's going to be amazing. We are going to get thrown out.
Yep.
Be worth 100%. It. Be so worth it.
One of the cast members is just going to be like, is that Tapestry? Who is that guy?
Oh my gosh.
Why is he screaming at that cloud?
No, you don't understand.
Why is he screaming at the cloud?
Verbalizing a thread while drunk at Disney.
Verbalizing a thread.
To the churro stand guy, for sure.
I don't think you understand this, sir.
Right. Let me tell you why this is a masterpiece. So
he's not even here to defend himself.
I'm just reminding you.
He's here in spirit.
I don't know if you've seen that meme of him posed exactly like Mike Wazowski from that one scene of Monsters, Inc.
Yes. There are so many photos of Alden Diaz that are so funny.
What? I need to see this. You need to send me that, Eli. I need that in my life.
I will find it and send it.
Yes.
That one. That was like, I think a year ago or something like that. I wasn't there.
Like, getting made into a meme is the epitome of remembrance, like an honor, I think.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with that. Yeah.
That said, obviously, so Celebration 2023 is not necessarily on the list, but what is something this year that you are looking forward to?
You know, I never thought I was going to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I think maybe one of the things I'm most looking forward to in 2023 is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Really?
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I I know there are varied opinions with a lot of people about the fourth one, about Kingdom of Crystal Skull. I'm not
It's a
the biggest fan
masterpiece.
of it myself, but
I love it.
but like it, I don't think it's horrible, and there are
Sure.
definitely things I like about it. But I cannot tell you how excited I was for that trailer.
Yeah.
And I think that Mangold and Harrison and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who I think is going to be sensational. I think they can really pull it off. I really do.
Yeah, they've got good talent behind it, and I think now definitely they're coming from an era of understanding working with an older property like that, like
Yeah.
revisiting an older property 20 years later.
Don't call Harrison Ford an older property. It's true.
I say that as someone who loved, like, but that's the thing is, like, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull happened, it was complicated. You either really
Yeah.
like it or you are okay with it, or there's the even smaller percentage of people that really don't like it. That's fine. It like, it is what it is. But I think definitely this has, I felt that same sort of like nostalgic wave when seeing some of the first Disney Star Wars trailers for The Force
Absolutely.
Awakens, where it's like, oh wait, this feels like Indiana Jones. This feels like something.
This could be like, for me, this was and not to trash on Kingdom of Crystal Skull too much, but like, this could be great again. This could be like to the heights it was again.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, it, people are going to be what they are about things. So, but I feel like whereas the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was divisive and complicated, this could be unanimously good.
Who knows? We might get a Twitter account popping up. Dial of Destiny is better than.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm so excited for Dial of Destiny. I think it's gonna be truly special. I also just like like, I'm not as much into the superhero flicks as I know a lot of our contemporaries are. And it's one of those franchises besides Star Wars that I get really excited about, and I remember watching Kingdom of Crystal Skull. I remember knowing that there was a fifth one coming, and I'm just so glad to finally see it. And I'm glad that they removed the one part that, like, my least favorite thing about Kingdom of Crystal Skull. They already announced they're not putting in to 5. So
like, it's decanonized?
Not decanonized. It's not decanonized. It's just not going to be in 5.
Okay, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fine.
They're excluding Shia LaBeouf's character.
What? Oh, see, that was what I was gonna say. As long as they mention Mutt, I'm fine.
He was great though.
I couldn't get behind.
He didn't like sword fighting on the back of a Jeep.
He rode with the monkeys, man. Like,
it's true. He did.
We need to do a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull cast and just
invite
have Jerry
and.
I don't think that'd be a great idea, but
no, we're not going to subject you to. You'll be on for the Dial of Destiny. Jerry will be on for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It'll all be copacetic. It'll be lovely.
No, it'll be absolutely, but no. And I will say also,
should do that.
Honorable mention, because I think this is going to blow people's minds, and I think they're not ready for it. Ahsoka.
Yes.
Sure. I'm complicated with Ahsoka myself, so it's just that's where I come from.
I think I was looking, like, just for me to be able to say these words out loud. Like, if you go onto the official Wikipedia summary of Ahsoka, like, if you go into the cast, it lists Rosario as Ahsoka, Natasha Lubordizzo as Sabine, Hayden Christensen as Anakin, and Iman Esfandi as Ezra Bridger. Mm-hmm. In what universe are we living? That's a show that's coming out this year.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
Like what?
It's gonna be fun.
I definitely love how much of what I'd say has often been referred to as lesser Star Wars is making its way into prominent shows. Like jumping from animation to legitimate characters alongside Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker saying Thrawn on screen, like
Yeah.
On screen?
like in a show that the most basic of Star Wars fans are watching.
I mean, for Pete's sake, who could have expected we get the dark saber?
The
Yeah,
dark
like
saber.
all of these
Like,
things that
Dark
are
Trooper.
like
Yeah.
exposing casual fans to things we've all geeked out and known about for years. Like I love this
I mean,
era for
A
sure.
casual fan knows what Beskar is. Do you
Right.
Yeah.
understand how much of a deep cut Beskar was? before The Mandalorian
Mandoa
made it,
was
like,
in the soundtrack for Book of Boba Fett.
Mhm.
Like,
People know what a Camtono
oh
is.
my gosh, right. Like
we can now describe a Camtono.
that is
Exactly.
that is amazing to me, and no matter how I feel about the different things that take that shape in this era of content, I'll never be over the fact that we're merging worlds with these live action shows. Like this is the space in between spaces with Star Wars content, and I think that's so exciting and awesome.
Mhm.
Also, I just realized that one of them that's not officially listed there, but that we basically can know about. Like, it hasn't been confirmed, but like it's been as confirmed as confirmed can be, without being
Really?
confirmed. Is Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Hera?
See, I thought that was like legit
I
confirmed.
need it.
That's how almost certain everybody is about it. Is that people are saying it like it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to deal with leaks and stuff like that. Like I'm not like but like everybody has been saying it's Hera. But like we're gonna bring Ezra home.
Yeah.
Like
We'll know
that
where he is.
that I could not be more excited for.
We're gonna bring Ezra home. I remember I just did a rewatch of Rebels. I just finished my rewatch of Rebels, and I've never felt those episodes closing words more than I had then. We're gonna bring him home.
Yeah.
We're finally, after 5 years, finishing the journey.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm excited for it. Although one of the greatest like conclusions, it's not an ending obviously because of the
No.
way it ends, but concluding that story for the Ghost Crew for the Rebels is probably the neatest bow I've seen in a show in a very, very long time.
Mhm.
But being able to go back to that and perhaps end it in a good way, like that's amazing to me. The continuation of Rebels is more what I'm looking forward to than the Ahsoka show, if that makes sense.
I think the continuation of Rebels might as well be the Ahsoka show.
Yeah.
We
For
don't
sure.
know. Like that's the other fun thing was we just don't know. I personally think that it's probably going to be a combination of her own stuff and finding Ezra,
Mhm.
but it could totally be anything.
For sure.
If there's any flashbacks, we're all gonna cry.
Right.
Oh,
And
tears are going to be flowing. Like
that's the big thing too that you hit the nail on the head for, is it's just this unknown region of Star Wars content is exciting because it's just it could go anywhere. It really could. And I think that going anywhere is a very exciting prospect with all of these very well-known themes and characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Eli, thank you, sweet trivia boy, for joining us.
If you ever get sick of us calling you that, just know
No,
it's
I
with
will never.
love.
I will never get sick of it.
Whenever we have your trivia mitzvah, where trivia boy becomes a trivia man, it'll be right here on Nerdherder.
That's gonna be the ticket right there.
This year, 2023, we make it happen. But
Make it.
no, I love you, buddy, and thank you so much for joining in. Hope that you
Thanks
have
for having me.
a great new year. Look forward to all the things that you've got coming. Feel free to hit us up. Let us know what's going on with you and the pod here
Well,
soon.
In a Galaxy has been in a bit of a dormant period, but we'll be coming back pretty soon. But I think the first real thing we got is from Epic Confrontations. We got a great match coming up with two good friends of the show. This show, I know, and our show as well. Chris Ryans will be making his debut in Epic Confrontations against also debuting Brian Fennessy. Chris Ryans versus Brian Fennessy, Epic Confrontations.
Brothers in arms.
Yeah, it's gonna be intense. And then of course, last month's match got delayed, and we'll be recording it shortly after that. Debuting two new teams, Bangers and Smash, which is the two guys over the two men over at the Imperial Senate podcast, Charlie Ashby and Nikki Kumar, nice. Their opponents, maybe one of the most hyped teams in Epic Confrontations, Big Chungus.
Is Connor on that team?
No, Connor's not on that team. Connor's no longer playing. Big
He's retired.
Yeah, he's writing questions with me.
There you go. Living on. Yeah. No, he's who I think of when I hear Big Chungus for some reason.
No, Big Chungus is Michael McCoy and Alden Diaz.
Gosh dang it, it's not much better.
So those two matches are coming soon. At In a Galaxy Trivia, at In a Galaxy Pod is the main stuff. But yeah, that's the stuff coming soon. I'm very excited about.
Hey, Bangers and Smash is an epic name. I'm cheering for them just on that note.
Bangers and Smash and Chungus is going to be fun. Ryan's and Fantasy. We didn't know we were going to be doing it this soon, but I'm excited to be doing it this soon.
It's exciting.
Hey, if you ever need somebody to come on and answer questions incorrectly, let me know.
I was going to say you could just invite Jared, but
That's true.
Wow. Jared's going to have some trials ahead of him. We'll see how well he does.
Right. We at Nerdherder love Jared, okay? Let it be said ahead of all of the humor. But no, that's exciting, buddy. Looking forward to checking both of those out. Sounds amazing. So, hopefully this year's good to you, kind to you. And I have no doubt that there will be more of Eli and Nerdherder, and hopefully Jacob as well.
I hope so, yeah.
Here and here.
They're embedded deeply in our hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Always in our hearts, sometimes on our show.
Now we got to think about the logistics of what exactly is a trivia mitzvah.
Trivia mitzvah. Yes, we'll put that together.
We'll figure that out.
We'll let you know as soon as we do. So
reading from the Wikipedia.
Well, you have a good rest of your night, buddy. Thanks for popping in.
You guys too. See you later.
Bye. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, now we've actually got to figure that out. Trivia mitzvah.
What is a trivia mitzvah?
I feel like you need
answer 13 questions.
And I feel like you need some chutzpah for a good mitzvah. No? Okay. Well,
I'm going to go ahead and call it a hate crime.
I love that was the point that Eli left the back room as well. It's just like, all right. Well,
Eli's in the back rooms. Oh, no.
I've been subjected to this enough. Well, that's a lot of fun. That's great.
We love those boys.
We're coming to the end here just because I know someone will, and probably Kev will be like, you didn't answer your own question. So something I got for Christmas that I'm really excited about would have to be the thing I didn't expect. Like I've put off many a time walking through Target or Walmart or whatnot, because I love Star Wars, I love Lego. I think that's well known, and so obviously there's not too many things that you could get me that it's like, oh, awesome, but it's one of those things when it's like the attention of like I'm the worst about like getting myself out of a cell.
I hear you argue with yourself so much.
And so it's one of those things like it's the epic nostalgia of the prequels. Clones are cool. Like, so the Lego AT-TE, it was obviously a big excitement for me getting a new version of that with Lego and everything, but it was often that's too expensive. And so you having a plug for that and getting that
It's
for
true.
me was very, very
Thanks, Graeme.
unexpected and nice. Yes, thank you. That's twice he's helped me with my Lego addiction.
Make
So
friends with people at Barnes and Noble.
you won't regret it, mostly. So yeah, so it just caught me by surprise of things I would think you would get me that wouldn't have been on the list. And also you got me a Lego N1, Mando's N1 specifically,
Because
but
I couldn't find the original.
it is a sexy ship. I
It
don't
is a
know what to
very
tell you.
sexy
Like
ship.
it is so beautiful. So yeah, I mean it's Phantom Menace era. So it's just like, I am absolutely Mando in that scene of just like, oh my gosh, this vintage relic. I love it. So that's awesome. And things I have to find space for.
You're welcome. Gave you
Yes.
chores.
Yes. It's a way to get me to dust and rearrange
It's true.
shelves.
Oh, you got me a bookshelf.
I did. Well, not a bookshelf.
Well, you got me a bookshelf
I did.
and also
Yeah. Sorry. You've been so excited about the appliance shelf that I was
It's
like,
true.
bookshelf, what?
Yeah.
I got
That's
you.
the most adult thing.
You
got
like
me.
things to put things on.
It's true. And the night that you put it together, I was just making goblin noises, putting
Oh
things
yeah,
on
you were
the
so
shelf.
happy. Which I get. So I got a shelf, which you can see on my Twitter, because I posted what I put there,
Also kind of right there.
and it gave some rearrangement options. And so I completely get it when a shelf and when things come together like that,
Mhm.
it scratches a particular part of your brain. And so
It's
yeah,
true.
I completely understood what was happening there. I loved it. It was adorable. I don't know. 2022 ended, I guess. I don't mean to be that I haven't devoted enough thought to it. I'm sure there's things I could think of that are positive highlights and everything, but it's just really hard. 2022 sucked.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, and was really, really hard to get through. Like every day happens. Like there's no way to accelerate the year. It's just that there's only so much crap that can happen in a year that
Mhm.
a person and a couple can deal with.
Yeah.
And it felt like all the stops were pulled in 2022. And so
We were that Mountain Goat song. Like, I will get through this year
I've
if
got
it kills
horns for my keys and keys
Not
for my
that one.
horns.
Not that one.
That's the only Mountain Goat song I know.
That's not
What
even
are you
a
talking
mountain goat.
about? It's a not? What is that?
It's just a goat, man.
What? I
Mountain
mean, but he's in the
goats-
mountain.
Mountain goats aren't even goats.
Okay, all right. This is not your zoology corner. Okay.
More facts coming to Boob's Zoology Corner later.
Right. The differences between
I'm
yaks
talking about
and goats.
the band, the Mountain Goats.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Elaborate.
It's a very good folk band. They've written a lot of very
that's why I
poignant
haven't heard of it.
songs. Yeah. I'll play you some later.
Okay.
They wrote a very poignant song about divorce that went viral on TikTok.
This is a weird way to announce this.
No.
Okay.
No, because you know what? 2023 is our 10-year anniversary.
It is. It is our 8 and 10.
Yeah. Been married 8, been together for 10.
Yep. Third of my life. And I'm glad
Hell
to
yeah.
spend more of my life with you than by myself.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like that's probably the only thing I could think of is like we got much better at this and time together, and I think because the year was so hard, we depended on each other more. We depended on family and friends more and got closer to a lot of people. So it's like,
yeah,
if there's anything I came out of 2022 better because of and for, it's those relationships, you at the top of the list, but like all of our friends and family, like that made it possible to get through a hell of a year.
Yeah.
And so like it's not a cheesy poignant thing, it's just facts. And so I really hope 2023 is better, and that's just from like we have like the podcast is one of the best things we have for sure. I feel like it's not fair to be like, oh, the best thing about 2022 was the podcast that I'm currently on. Like, but there's a reason we keep doing this podcast. It's a great Alleviance, it is a great light at the end of every tunnel every week. It's something to look forward to. We can trust happens, and it's always fun to do.
Yeah.
And so for sure, like this is great. But like I'm also a dude with a life and a heck of a job, and that gets daunting. And so yeah, like relationships matter to like making life worth it.
Are you saying that the real treasure
is the friends we made
was
along the
friends we
way?
made
Yes,
along
this
the
is
way.
the one time that is 100% applicable.
It's not the only time. It was within us the whole time.
Gosh, you can't just like make this an 80s movie.
Just had the time of my life.
There you go. And we just got copyrighted.
I'm fine.
From
it
that
was
beautiful
too good.
rendition. Yes.
It was too close.
And so similarly to like not having a like real answer to that, like
what was your favorite movie you watched this year?
Huh?
What was your favorite movie you watched this year?
That's hard because
you watched a lot of movies.
Well, yes, but the list of new movies is much shorter than the list of rewatched movies. Because that's most of what I do is like I live and relive in spaces that I like. So
you didn't watch
really
Barbarian
hard.
with me.
I didn't.
I don't think you would have liked it.
I don't know. It wasn't you watched it without me. It wasn't like a formal I don't want to. Which I also don't mind. Like it's definitely probably more your thing than my thing.
Yeah.
I watched Stranger Things. Well, no, dang it, that was this year though.
No, but you started.
I did start it. I did start it in 21 and or 22.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I liked it so far. I've got to finish the latest season, and then I'll have seen it all, and but I'm pretty hopeful and sure I'll enjoy it. So
yeah,
there you go. I'm looking forward to talking about that on the podcast. That's a cheat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to 2023 happening and hopefully being better. Like there's so many things, like all the Star Wars things, obviously. Like I'm looking forward to Shazam. Shazam is happening. That is awesome. Fury of the Gods, it's probably going to be the last time we see Shazam, so it better be good because I am disappointed in DC right now. I'm looking forward to Quantumania.
We're
like
gonna
so hard.
Manifest Moon Knight season 2.
I'm sure it's happening.
It's better.
Yeah, Mando season 3, Acolyte, Visions, Ahsoka-ish. I'm looking forward to so many things, and getting to talk about them on the podcast. So I think that's going to be the thing is actively and constantly looking forward to all of the things happening and talking about them with you, and with you, and just having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You excited to watch more Nicolas Cage movies with me?
Nope. I'm excited to eventually talk about the one I like, which is The Rock.
I don't want to watch that one.
I'm so ready for that. I'm gonna make you like a Bay movie if it kills me.
Okay.
So,
but we're also gonna watch Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. I like The Rock better. I like The Rock. No, the best part of that movie is John Malkovich, and that's because it's John Malkovich.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he doesn't get a character in that like John Malkovich does.
Fine.
That man will make anything good.
Have you ever seen Being John Malkovich?
Yeah, it's the stupidest concept, and yet he makes it work.
Yeah,
he is that talented. He is that amazing. Again, if you can name that John Malkovich movie from my clip earlier, 10 points to you and your house of choice for that. Starks, Gryffindor, I don't care what you belong to.
As long as you're not a transphobe.
Exactly. So there you go. There's a holiday special. You know what's funny about 2023 is if everything happens the way it's supposed to on the calendar, technically there's going to be 2 2023 holiday specials.
That is amazing.
Because we should have one for Christmas this year. We will see. It was beyond our control for rescheduling it, but I think this was amazing. Really big shout out and thanks to Brennan and Eli for showing up, and hope that everyone enjoys this. It's a little fun and casual and different, and maybe we'll do more like this, being able to definitely just hang out.
Yeah.
Like you described it, like that is great. it was great that the first thing we did this year for the podcast was just hang out with friends. So maybe more will happen when we don't feel like planning an episode. But we do have plans for a lot of exciting stuff. Really looking forward to it. And maybe, hopefully, depending on how professional we pretend to be, maybe some not stream things happening as well.
Maybe
some pre-recorded content with creators and all of that cool stuff. We wanting to put more into this. It's year 5. We might as well get decent at it, right? So looking forward to that next week. Next week. I should say our next episode, because technically this will go up next week for the audio listeners. No, it'll go up next week because tomorrow's Monday. It's a new week. It's a new week.
The week starts on Sunday.
I don't care what you and the Catholics say.
It's not the
It's
Catholics.
Monday. I don't care.
It's not. It's the calendar.
And
we're going to be talking to Alden Diaz. And also...
No, to heck with those lovely people. I'm saying that next year...
Hey, how about you like Goose from Triad of the Force?
Right. I'm going to get an email later and be like, hey, I'm rethinking my guest spot. It's our 300th.
The first question I'm going to ask him.
It's our 300th episode, was what I was going to say. But now, yes, the more exciting thing is that we are finally getting Gus from Triad of the Force and Alden from The Tapestry, from Octo Radio.
He is a thread.
The man who talked to Ryan Johnson. I know he just loves that that's going to be his career highlight. They'll be joining us to talk Andor for our 300th episode. That's incredible. And I know you're literally checking the YouTube title now. 300th overall.
Yes.
Overall of all of the series, Nerdyverse, back when we did our clone rewatch, back when we did our databank dumps, like all of these old ancient things we don't do anymore that nobody's heard of.
Don't look at them.
It all totals 300. And that is sad and incredible.
Incredible.
So here's to 300 more, or whenever we die on camera.
Fully monetized.
That'll be the appropriate ending for this content. And so there you go. It's crazy. It's exciting. Thanks, Apple, for keeping track of that and letting me know how long we've been doing this amazing thing.
Good God.
So yeah, looking forward to all of that in a new awesome year. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be exciting. And so the last final formal announcement is we obviously decided a different day and time, and we're going to stick with that for now. We're going to try it out, see if it works better, because normally we're podcasting after work. And that's not always the best time or headspace to be doing it, depending on how much time from work to podding we have. So Sundays work much better, much more time to decompress, to decompose, and get into pod space. And so
yes,
for now, Nerdherder's on Sunday at 8. And so unless life rearranges and that becomes not doable either, look for us then. So hopefully you can still check us out. Obviously, that really only matters if you catch the stream, but that does delay. That means we'll stream on Sunday. Pod will be out on Spotify and other places on Monday. So it just changes when you look for us in your feed. But nonetheless, we're just happy to be included in your feed.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
We're here too.
Yeah, we're here too.
Nerdherder podcast.
We're
here too.
We could always recommend some better podcasts if you ever need. Two of them were on today. So there you go. Check them out. Check out all of our lovely friends. Anybody that ever guests here, it gets a full 99% of the people that guest here get a full endorsement from Nerdherder.
75.
Okay, the number it's going down steadily. So, but most of them we can agree on, and so hopefully, just another year of fun stuff with fun people. We're leaning very heavily into the truth that we just have a podcast as an excuse to hang out with friends.
It's true.
So get used to that level of content from us. We're going to have fun. Hopefully you will too. And we'll be back next week, next Sunday, 300th episode, talking Andor and all of that good stuff. So get your rewatch in now while you can.
Yes.
And yeah, till then, stay scruffy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.